Hey everybody, what's up? Today we're going to be looking at Arachas Queen, a deck that I was playing today earlier on stream. It was pretty fun and actually quite good compared to a lot of other actually really bad decks I was trying, but for an experimental version of monsters that's probably not as good as, almost certainly not as good as Woodland, Guernicora, stuff like that. I think Queen's not that bad. In fact, it was doing a lot better than even Eredin, which I also did try out today. So yeah. Side note, I have actually already recorded all of the gameplay for this video and the deck building section, but unfortunately my mic wasn't plugged in, so I'm having to do it all over again, which, you know, if if I miss anything or whatever, then you can blame that probably. Anyway, let's run through all the cards and all stuff like that before I lose my mind doing this for the second time. It's fine. What are we doing with Arachas Queen? Well, of course, the leader is relying on you destroying your own units on your turn to gain more value from that passive ability, which gives you 1-point units. So a lot of the cards here are based around destroying your own stuff, you know, Cyclopses, Forktails, and the gold cards especially, things like the Crone, Kayron, and Caranthea to copy Kayron, etc. So yeah, there's also Frightener in there. When you're destroying your own units, you'll get an extra big 12-point immune body, which is really quite powerful. And in addition to that, we have Ruin, which is a very nice engine. Allows you to eat him, get 4 points per turn effectively, which is very good. We have Gluttony Warp in there as a finisher as well, to proc off of all the 1-point units we're going to have. Pretty typical in Arachas Queen to have those guys. Kayron, of course, is really strong as well to eat 3 guys. And Caranthea is there to copy Ruin or Kayron and give you some really nice value for, you know, only 8 provisions. Crows are very nice, allow you to have some carryover, some removal, some control of the game with the boost, the damage, the consume. And that, of course, synergizes pretty well with Caldwell as well. You're able to eat him or retain the highest unit. Maintain the highest unit, exactly. And, you know, we also have Behemoth for the insectoid drones that will spawn. We're able to boost all of them up as a nice little finisher play. In terms of the Bronze Core, it's pretty straightforward, just Thrive units and Drowner Arcspore. A bit of movement as well from Drowner is always nice to deal with engines that are row-locked. We have Foglets, which synergize very, very well with Cyclops, Forktail, all the rest of the stuff that does consuming. And Varan Warrior is also there to proc off of both killing your opponent's units and your own, just to get some really nice value. We also have Avalak to actually give those immunity. That does occasionally happen and end up in a pretty easy win, I want to say, in that round. If you're able to Avalak and immunize your Vran, you're able to go absolutely nuts and machine gun down the whole enemy board. So that's pretty cool. What else? A little bit of thinning with Riders. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward stuff, to be honest, guys. Frighten has actually been performing very well, of course. If you're running into artifacts, artifact removal, sorry, then you should probably swap this one out. Otherwise, it's pretty damn strong. 12-point immune body, which is proccing in round 1 or 3, is very, very good. And yeah, that's pretty much the deck. Relying on a bit of Thrive, but mostly a lot of unit destruction and just good value cards all around. And of course, synergy with that leader ability. I think with the increase to her provisions, Queen is now a lot more viable. Probably about tier 2, if I had to guess. Maybe low tier 2, but I honestly think there's a place for her in the meta in some form, so if you want to give this a try, do feel free to experiment and let me know what you, think. Either way, let's jump into some games. Hopefully my microphone is now working and not muted. That'll be perfect. Alright, we're going to be up against Mr. Demavand. I believe this guy's running Shoop Demavand, actually. Insider info right there. But okay, what are we doing with the mulligan? Well, first things first. We don't need to mulligan any riders, so that's nice. Hand looks pretty good. We probably don't need a Cyclops here, although that's actually always quite helpful to remove engines, so I don't mind it. To be honest, his hand's pretty fine. We maybe want more ways to proc the Frightener, so I'm actually going to mulligan, I think. Yeah, maybe Cold, maybe Avalak, actually. I like the Arcspore. I'm going to keep it. Bit of a weird one. I think this hand will be fine, though. Usually the enemy will destroy your Thrive units anyway and proc the Frightener, right? This is also nice to see. We can always move the Ballista and deny him from killing our stuff, so we'll probably start with Arcspore though still. If it dies, it gives us 5 points, which is perfectly fine for the amount of provisions it costs. In fact, we could even go with Frightener, and I think I'm going to do that. That'll mean when we play the Arc Sport, if it does get removed, we're then going to enable a little bit of extra value on that, you know. Get it closer to proccing, hopefully. So, Arc Sport time. Yep, we're fine if he kills it. I think that's a good move to make. And then if he doesn't, we get the Thrive value. We get to move the Ballista and whatnot. And he decides, yeah, worth killing that. I'm going to do it. Fair play. Revenants are also very movable with Drowners, so that's nice. But I think we are going to go ahead and move the Ballista first and just play everything into the back row. Try to avoid that stuff. If he does end up killing my Drowner, we're getting, again, a step closer to that big Frightener coming online, which is always very powerful. This, of course, has reach 2, so can't get quite to our back row, which is, of course, why we play the Drowner where we do. Okay, so I'm definitely considering another Drowner on this Revenant. I think it's quite good. He can maybe still proc it on like a Sabrina or something, but realistically that's going to be locked out of this round quite effectively. We're just going to see some Tridems now. Some Tridem procs. Probably one of our Drowners will die here. In fact, definitely one of our Drowners will die. And of course, Frightener becoming a little bit less dormant. We like to see that. Have to make sure we can do it in 2 cards, and I believe we'll be able to. Maybe not. Maybe not. It's a bit worrying. Maybe we should play Caldwell here to get the biggest unit. But even then, we can't actually make it unless maybe playing. I think as long as we proc the Frightener, we're fine. So I'm gonna go Caldwell.
If you insist.
And I think we'll be okay with the Cyclops play here to actually win the round. If he passes, which looks like he is. Okay, so we're going to hold on to all this sort of 1 strength unit combination, combo stuff that we can do. Throw out the Cyclops and proc the beautiful, beautiful Frightener. It's such a big swing in points, very nice. And now I think the plan is to go to round 3 and see if we can just get as much value as possible from all our small dudes, our Glusty Warp and all that. I'm a little bit scared of Demavand, and yeah, as I say, I think I've seen this guy playing Shoop already, so it's good to be aware of that. I think I want this Vran combo for sure in round 3, it looks pretty nice. Forktail we don't really need if we have Glusty Warp, so we're going to mulligan those. Glusty Warp is like a round 3 Forktail effectively is how I look at it. Of course Forktail can damage your opponent's units, but Glusty does pretty much the same job. Maybe if double Forktail's, fine, like Glusty and a Forktail is also fine, but should be good as well. And okay, we'll see if Caranthir actually is valuable here. It looks like now it won't be at the moment, because we don't have any of our sort of cards that synergize big time with it, Ruhin and Karen. But I don't actually mind keeping it. I think it'll be okay. We can probably mulligan 1 Vran here. I don't think we need 2 of them. And we can even spawn an extra, unit of some kind with the Caranthir, maybe a Foglet. Like, Foglet from Caranthir is not bad at all if you think about it, right? You get 3 points plus a 4 provision card, so effectively, yeah, 7 points, 7 provisions worth. Which isn't too bad. Either way, I think we can start with Avalak. He might not be able to remove it, and if he can't, then we're going to have a lovely, lovely time with Vran Warrior. He probably can with Vess or something. There it is. And I think that was expected, but okay. We can go with the Foglet then here. Just going to see if we can weather the storm that is the amount of removal that good old Northern Realms has. If he does end up killing the Foglet here, which, he very well might do, and go with some nice juicy removal potentially. Maybe not. Yeah, no. That's just going to get shot down all the way. He's going to leave it on 2 so we don't get to proc it again. Makes sense. So I think now we'll go with the Caranthir. For that extra Foglet, we're going to get as many of those as we can. They're like pretty neat, right? Because they work with Glusty Warp very well, or Forktail or whatever. He's kind of forced to kill them himself, which isn't really ideal. And now we can definitely kill Priscilla. I think it's worth doing that. Or can we? No, we can't. God, there's so much damn removal going on. It's kind of crazy. But okay. Gave the Trebuchet Zeal, of course. So, what is the play now, guys? What is the play? I think probably Riders are fine. Yeah, I think we play Riders, and that'll give us a definite kill on Priscilla, should we want that. I mean, it might be too late, to be quite honest, to go for that, but we'll see. Maybe just killing Foltest Pride is what we have to do here. Because that card is also very, very scary. I mean, we still can't even kill anything. Oh my god. This deck is crazy. He's just denying all of our plays right now, unfortunately. So I guess Brewess is okay. We're gonna take too much damage from this Pride otherwise, I think. It's gonna really, really, really hurt. I mean, it's gonna really, really, really hurt anyway. At least if we go for this, we're most likely gonna be able to throw something in the next turn. Unfortunately, these kind of decks just wreck this deck in many ways, because, you know, like, I mean, they're just killing all your ones every time. How are you really meant to stop that? Unfortunately, it's kind of the hard counter, if you will, to Queen, but what can you do? Could be worse, I suppose. Could be playing its Woodland. And maybe winning. Okay, we can't even throw this, really. It's too big of a loss in points. And yeah, our synergies just aren't working here. I don't think we're ever winning, because too much nonsense going on, too many damaging effects and not enough removal on our side. We can probably just forfeit this game and go into the next. Okay, and now time for some Gurnikor action. Hopefully we won't get quite so rolled over by all the damaging effects. Ryder can definitely be mulliganed. And then probably Vran. I mean, we can keep Vran. It's kind of not too bad in this matchup, unless they have Wild and Hounds. I think Cyclops is also pretty good to get rid of, potentially. And I'm not a huge fan of the Foglet here. Don't have any real easy way to proc it, so we'll try to fight this round with Vran, I suppose, and the Thrive units. Vran might not even be doing much either, but we will see. Gonna start with that anyway and boost it up. Keep it safe, hopefully. We don't have a Caldwell target in hand right now. Sorry, not Caldwell, Caranthea. But that'll be fine, I'm sure. Probably go with Arcspawn now. It might not do much, but yeah. That's not too bad, right? We get the kill and then the Vran procs, so could have been worse. We even get the little drone after that as well. Very cool. Little bouncy synergy stuff going on. Or whatever you want to call them. He's like, wait a minute, what does Vran actually do? Everything died there. That was weird. I know, dude. It's strange. I agree with you. Okie dokes. So we could drown her now, and I think we do. It's not amazing, but I'm gonna get that Thrive going, hopefully. That we love to see. But yeah, Caranthea not gonna be really playable this round, unfortunately. Just play him later when we draw into Caranthea, into Karen or Ruhin. And we can maybe damage this if he doesn't play a unit above 2. He might play another Drowner or whatever. But that's fine. So, what are we going with now? Probably just Riders, I think. Do the thinning, as we always want to do. Maybe play the Boost Crone this round, and then enable that 4 damage for later to deal with engines. It's very nice if you can do that. And we'll maybe play the Behemoth. Not sure if it'll be valuable enough, but it's never bad as long as it... Sorry, bless me. Maybe buffs a unit or 2, right? Then it's fine. Okay, let's boost the allied unit up. I think he wants to get the highest unit here. That's kind of the telegraph that I'm getting from that play. I think he wants to have the highest unit, so we're going to deny that. Hopefully. We can also play Caldwell this turn if we want. This round, rather. Probably we will. Unfortunately, the Vran wasn't as many points as it could have been. We didn't have too much, you know, in the way of stuff to really work with that. Okay, we do need to actually get points, because I'm on blue coin here, and I'm losing on even right now. Pretty heavily. So, Caldwell, help us out, my dude. Please. Please help us out. If he has more, I don't know, like a consume effect or a boost, we might just be in big trouble. Losing on even. And the 5 cards was our time to pass. But maybe he has a lot of, you know, relying on the highest unit cards. We can take a pass now. No, we can't. We're gonna have to stick around because of this crone being annoying. Alright, guess we're gonna play our own crone to keep ahead in points. Keep our Caldwell as the highest unit. If he ever fails to be the highest, we're kind of just dead. Losing on even and then getting wrecked in round 2 and 3 probably. But we'll see how it goes. He's trying really hard to keep the highest unit, so I think he's probably got Hounds in hand, or maybe, yeah, maybe Rider, something like that. Hopefully not a really big unit, although there looks to be the big unit. Okay. So I guess we lose on even here. Not much we can do about that. Unfortunately our hand wasn't really actually good enough to fight that round. Couldn't play the Caranthea, and the other cards weren't really doing enough either. Had the Vran, but no synergies with it, which is a bit weird, but happens I suppose. Cyclops, not good enough I don't think. We already have Karen to eat stuff. And we'll see how it goes. Gurnacor are going to be the play though. And the Riders. Good old classical play. So, probably Arc Spaw's fine I suppose. And of course it hits the fruit, that is unfortunate. Missing out on points. Looks like our opponent's just going to push really hard. We'll go with Foglet now. I mean, we want to get the Caranthea down and then K-Rune immediately, right? So, yeah. They could easily take a pass here and just win the game, right? But looks like they don't want to do that. Which I guess is good for us, but I don't think we're in a good spot by any means. I'm gonna pick up that K-Rune and start eating. Try to go for the highest unit here, I think. Because why not? Might deny some plays. I think our round 3 is going to be a lot weaker though, just because of the big units and whatnot. Which is unfortunate. See though, maybe they mess up and throw the game away in some way. Who knows? Okay, that's going to be a Goliath. Still really pushing us here. I think we can go ahead and do another K-Rune. It's not too bad. I want to get as many of these little drones as possible, so I'm going to eat the Arcspore as well. Because then we're going to need to Glusty and hope that he has enough points to actually overcome. Or maybe even Behemoth. And we have kind of the big synergy hand right now, but I mean, even if we win this round, we win the round that we ought to have won, so it's not even that great. I think it's Glusty Warp time now, and then we'll Behemoth at the end. I don't think we're getting too owed, because this is pretty powerful. Okay, maybe we are. Yeah, it's not going to be strong enough, I don't think, to beat all of the big units. Yeah, unfortunately we're lacking a little bit here. The long round value is not enough, or rather the short round value is not enough. And losing on even as well, it's rough. It's rough. May have not been the best games to represent the deck. I did have much better gameplay, which I think showed the deck in a superior light. But guys, honestly, my brain is mush. I've been playing all day, and I'm a little bit sad that the recording failed. So whatever, that's the gameplay you're gonna get. I'm sorry if that's underwhelming. But believe me, this deck can perform reasonably well, even if those games weren't an indication of that. So yeah, feel free not to try it if you want. Do try it if you do. And either way, have a nice day, guys. Do subscribe if you want more videos, and I'll see you next time.